और मैंगलोर यूनिवर्सिटी के हरीश कुमार, KIIT लोकल जमेश रायता। तो खिलाड़ी आज मौजूद नहीं है इस 8 की फील्ड पे, तो 6 का कंपटीशन। और मनु ये है मनु DP, जिनसे कि उम्मीद है कि वो फील्ड में काफी प्रभावित करेंगे।
यह प्रैक्टिस में हम इन पर निगाहें डाले हुए थे और 79 थ्रो कर रहे हैं। कंपटीशन में 76 से आसपास इनका रहता है, पर हमेशा होता है प्रैक्टिस में आप, चूंकि प्रेशर आप पे नहीं होता है, आपका प्रदर्शन हमेशा अच्छा आता है बजाय उसके कि जब आप कर रहे हो फाइनल्स में। ये फाइनल्स है जर्सी नंबर 484 सचिन संत बाबा भाग सिंह यूनिवर्सिटी से।
शर्ट नंबर 484 सचिन यादव जलंधर के करीब संत बाबा भाग सिंह यूनिवर्सिटी से। फाउल थ्रो, ओवरस्टेप कर गए, इस कारण से रेड फ्लैग मेजर नहीं किया जाएगा।
This is where your throwing technique requires the combination of speed, power and rhythm. You need to have a rhythmic body. You run like a fast bowler. The front arm plays a very, very important role as well. We'll take a look at that. As Ravi just pointed out, it was not a valid throw. There are certain limitations. कुछ दायरे होते हैं खेल और जिंदगी में। क्रॉस कर गए।
Too close to the line for the release. Got to move back at least a meter. तब जाके वो होल्ड बैक कर पाएंगे अपना फॉलो थ्रू, क्योंकि 2 स्टेप तो डेफिनेटली लेंगे जिस स्पीड से भागते हैं थ्रोअर्स। मैंगलोर यूनिवर्सिटी के मनु DP।
There he comes with a lot of potential. Front arm goes up, does well within vicinity, does not cross it. This is short of 70, somewhere around 66, 67 perhaps, but he's just warming up, mind you.
Have to wait and see what his distance is, but the finish wasn't the best. Lost his balance with the release.
Some of the javelin throwers, Ravi, intentionally do it. Neeraj Chopra, he puts in that dive and then the tumble and then the roll. Some slipped, as you said, he probably would have slipped there, but some also do it intentionally, and that is a part of their technique. 67.46, आप शाबाशी देंगे मुझे जो मैंने एकदम देखते ही कहते थे 67 के आसपास होगा। गुड आफ्टरनून आप सबको, और मज़ा आ रहा है यहाँ पर। ये 7वां दिन है खेलो इंडिया यूनिवर्सिटी गेम्स का।
कंपटीशन जैवलिन थ्रो मेंस फाइनल, 6 कंपेटिटर्स हैं। दर्शकों को बता दें कि हर कंपेटिटर को 6 थ्रोज मिलते हैं और बेस्ट ऑफ 6 ये काउंट किया जाता है मेडल के लिए। 485 मोह हरदेश वीर बहादुर सिंह पूर्वांचल यूनिवर्सिटी जौनपुर के, ये भी 67 से कम।
और 2 रिक्वायरमेंट होती हैं। एक तो पहला ये कि आपका जो टिप है जेवलिन का वो पहले टच करना चाहिए ग्राउंड पे। दूसरा ये है कि सेक्टर के विदिन आपको करना होता है। With proper technique, you do not throw the javelin with the arm alone. Rather, you pull or sling it through the combined effort of your entire body. आप पूरी बॉडी को झोंक देते हैं उसमें।
तब तक ऐसा करेंगे नहीं, तब तक 66 से भी कम 65.95 आया है मेजरमेंट इनके थ्रो का। तो डेफिनेटली ये एथलीट्स उम्मीद करेंगे 70 क्रॉस करने की।
और भारत में जेवलिन थ्रो में उत्सुकता, जब भी आप एशियन गेम्स की बात करते हैं, कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स की बात करते हैं, अब हम ओलंपिक का बिल्डअप करने लगे हैं, तो वो इसलिए भी जरूरी हो जाता है क्योंकि नीरज चोपड़ा एक ऐसा नाम है जिन्होंने उम्मीदें जगा दी हैं। तभी उन एशियन गेम्स गोल्ड मेडल, कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स गोल्ड मेडल। अंकित कुमार तैयार, जर्सी नंबर 483 HNB गढ़वाल सेंटर से। जी नहीं, आप देखिए कितना और इस्तेमाल कर सकते थे क्रीज का वो।
इसी कारण से जो मोमेंटम बनाया था उसका इस्तेमाल सही ढंग से हुआ नहीं। जो कैटapult एक्शन जरूरत थी, पहले ही स्टंबल कर गए थे अपने रनअप में, इस कारण से हम भी तो काम कर रहे हैं। 60 मीटर भी क्रॉस नहीं कर पाए, बट 55 55 मीटर की रेंज में होगा इनका ये पहला अटेम्प्ट।
जी हाँ, जैसा आप बता रहे थोड़ी देर पहले 53.95 शॉट है। आपको क्रीज का बेटर इस्तेमाल करेंगे, अगर वो 2.5-3 मीटर आप इस्तेमाल कर लेते हैं वैसे ही आप 60 के करीब तो वैसे ही पहुंच जाएंगे। 376 तैयार अपना पहला एफर्ट लेने के लिए यहाँ पर हरीश कुमार। हम जिक्र कर रहे थे नीरज चोपड़ा का, हम जिक्र कर रहे थे कैसे वो हाउस होल्ड नेम बन गए हैं। फैशन भी है, स्वैग भी है, अदा भी है और थ्रो भी है।
हरीश कुमार हैं महाराजा गंगा सिंह यूनिवर्सिटी बीकानेर राजस्थान से। नीरज चोपड़ा की बड़ी प्यारी एक स्टोरी है रवि, और हम दर्शकों को जरूर बताना चाहेंगे। वो जब छोटे थे 12-13 साल के तो थोड़ी हेफ्टी थे, थोड़ा मोटे की तरफ थे। कोच के पास गए कि मुझे वेट कम करना। उन्होंने कहा तू ना खूब भाग और ये भाला फेंका कर। सिर्फ वजन घटाने के लिए उन्होंने एक्सरसाइज बताई थी। किसको पता था कि उस एक छोटे से लम्हे में एक सितारा छिपा होगा। बहुत सी खेल दुनिया में इस तरह की कहानियां मिलेंगी। बेस्ट थ्रो so far in the competition looks like।
जी बिल्कुल, ये करीब 68 का, नो डाउट अबाउट दैट। और इससे पहले मनु ने जो फेंका था उससे ये बेटर लग रहा है, क्योंकि ये इट वाज जस्ट शॉर्ट ऑफ 70। नाइस एरियल व्यू, लुक्स ब्यूटीफुल। पीछे वो ग्रीनरी बहुत बढ़िया। हमेशा ट्रैक एंड फील्ड इवेंट्स वो हैं जो कि न सिर्फ आपको बहुत सा उत्साहित करते हैं, दे ऑलवेज कीप यू ऑन योर टोज। मजा आता है जब हम शिफ्ट करते हैं ट्रैक से फील्ड पर, फील्ड से ट्रैक पर। 68.34 yet again. This is the best that has been thrown so far, period.
जी हाँ, तो अब डेफिनेटली ये कंपटीशन हॉट अप होगा। फर्स्ट राउंड के लास्ट अटेम्प्ट के लिए आ रहे हैं जमेश रायता, KIIT यूनिवर्सिटी भुवनेश्वर के। Would be definitely familiar with the conditions.
Yeah, he'll be familiar with the kit and the kiss. We're talking about the two universities and the two centers where the games are being held. There he comes. Front arm usage has to be good. He stopped a bit. Now it's like a fast bowler stopping in his run up, and that will never get you the momentum. And if you do not have the momentum, you will never get a good throw. It's as simple as that.
First throw fouled. Bit of a stop-start run-up, but the javelin skidded as it landed, so no throw registered for Jamesh Raita.
And the first thing that coaches tell you is when you start throwing the javelin, make sure your elbow is high. When you coil back to release the javelin, you need to stretch like the bow is stretched when you in archery. I mean, then the usage of the strong shoulders, and you run up like a fast bowler. Release has to be very good. Your follow through has to be impeccable. So many things. It's a very, very technical art. There he comes yet again.
Sachin Yadav fouled the first time. Again stepped on the line.
Line belongs to the official. You cannot touch it. You have to fall short of it. Front arm was fairly okay.
Problem was with the right foot landing on the line, so that moving his run-up back. Sachin Yadav does realize that he had a problem with his run-up. Manu DP trains at the Army Institute of Sports in Pune.
Looks good, looks solid. He has gone over 70. This is the best of the competition so far. The first was around 67 for him. He has gone beyond 70.
This time much better rhythm इस थ्रो में मनु डीपी के। नतीजा इसीलिए कहीं बेहतर, फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में स्टम्बल कर गए थे।
The good thing was the point of release for the javelin there for him. As I look at him, 70.58 बेस्ट जो इनका अक्सर अमूमन कॉम्पिटिशन्स में फेंकते हैं अराउंड 76, और प्रैक्टिस में तो हमने इनको 79 थ्रो करते भी देखा है। And the good thing was the point of release was very very good. It has to be a little ahead of your planted front foot. Now that is what the coaches tell you.
नेक्स्ट कंपेटिटर मोहरदेश वीर बहादुर सिंह, पूर्वांचल यूनिवर्सिटी जौनपुर से। पहला अटेम्प्ट 65.95, ये भी 70 के आसपास जाना चाहेंगे। थोड़ा सा स्टटर है रनअप में, 67 प्लस।
I think he was holding himself far too much. He was very, very cautious. Was he cautious about the surface? Was he cautious about the landing? He seemed to be holding himself. The point of release was very good. That is the only thing that took him to around 67, which it should be. We'll get to the final confirmation on that throw yet. 67.87. The best that has been thrown so far is Manu DP. He has gone over 70. Mind you, this is between 6 javelin throwers. We are looking at the finals of javelin throw Khelo India University Games Women's.
Men's final in progress. Next throw is coming from Ankit Kumar, हेमवती नंदन बहुगुणा गढ़वाल यूनिवर्सिटी, सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी।
Hello.
Not the best release.
Keep eye at this side, sir. Don't see the mobile in the standing in the ground.
रिलीज से एक स्टेप पहले ही रुक जा रहे
See
हैं,
the athlete.
इसी कारण से लगातार दूसरी बार भी 60 से आगे नहीं निकल पाएंगे।
If your follow through is not good, you lose all the advantage that you get from the run up. So your follow through needs to be complemented well. 56.12. Got the official confirmation there. It has to be a complete run right from the time you take your first step till the time you finish your follow through.
This is first round leader Harish Kumar of Maharaja Ganga Singh University, Bikaner. Close to the line, not going better than his first one. But
we are looking at the javelin throw finals, Khelo India University Games. Take a look at that yet again. He was far too much side on for a long time. You need to get side on in the last 3-4 strides. 64.50.
Ramesh Raita had a foul on the first attempt. KIIT University भुवनेश्वर को रिप्रेजेंट करते हुए। Again should be gets a white flag. Came very close to fouling.
We are looking at 6 athletes right there. But he did that by just hopping at one spot for a long particular time. You kill the momentum that you developed in the run-up. Your run-up has to be complemented very, very well with the follow-through. It's as simple as that. And then there was not even a valid throw because the tip needs to land first. Day 7, Khelo India University Games. We are looking at the javelin throw, and it is 6 athletes that are competing right here. The front runner is Manu DP, who trains at the Army Institute of Sports. Padamjit Sherawat in the company of Ravikant Singh.
Two fouls back to back. Sachin Yadav. Baba Bhag Singh University, Jalandhar se.
There he goes. Nice aerial view. Great camera work that. Oh, did he cross the line? Is it valid? Is the quick question. That's the first thing I'm looking at. It is valid. Yes, that's a white flag, and it is being counted because the tip landed first.
Well, had moved his marker about a meter back from he had started the first two. So finally gets a valid throw. 62.50, so definitely not in medal contention just yet.
We have to highlight here that Manu DP, when he made that first attempt, it was around 67, then he crossed 70. During training, he has touched 79. Normally throws around 76. He's not shown that form yet, Ravi, but an athlete needs time to warm up. It's like a fast bowler's preparation. That is why it is 67.46 meters in the first one, 70.58 meters. Something tells me he's going to better the second attempt. Run up, the instincts. Ah, there he goes. Nice little run up. Great aerial view. Follow through. Oh, no, that is going to be invalid.
Missed his run up and surprised it didn't stop. He knew he was going to go over. Right there, he knows he's going to go over. Didn't even try to stop himself because his right foot there, you see, landed on the line. Red flag goes up immediately, so fouls on the third one, but no real harm done.
And good that you have not boxed me out of the commentator's box because of my wrong instincts there. We're having a little bit of fun. Sport is about those incredible moments where sheer human will and desires overcome the odds. Trying to overcome the odds here, 67.87. There was a time when he was the leader of the pack there. But it was Manu DP's throw, the second one. There he comes yet again in his third attempt. It's okay, it seems to be valid. The cry of the war is as well there. It is somewhere around 69.
Gets the white flag, so he was in bronze medal place before this throw, and this one should put him in silver contention.
69.33.
Spear certainly takes your breath away. 69.33. So he's definitely getting moving into second place now. Mo Hardesh or Ab Ankit Kumar.
Get set now. This is what about the throwing technique, which requires a combination of speed, power, rhythm. Need to be like a fast bowler. The front arm has to go up. Follow through has to be good. ऐसे मजाक में मैं कपिल पाजी से पूछ रहा था, कपिल देव साहब से, कि पाजी आप फास्ट बॉलर ना होते क्या होते? वो कह रहे कोई बात नहीं, मैं जेवलिन फेंक लेता.
Getting slightly better. Had a first attempt of 53.95, second 56.12, and should be closer to 60 meters now. technique still not the best, but getting better with each attempt. 56.99, so that is definitely an improvement, but definitely not in medal contention. Leader of the pack, Manu DP 70.58. नंबर 2 पे चल रहे हैं फिलहाल मो हरदेश 69.33 और नंबर 3 पे हैं हरीश कुमार जो कि महाराजा गंगा सिंह यूनिवर्सिटी पे अंकित कुमार
It lands in the sector, that's okay, but the problem was with the follow-through. He could have done so much more. The other thing was that he slowed down far too much with the final release. You need to be at the peak when the final release happens, and he was not there.
Definitely बहुत खुश नहीं दिख रहे हैं अपने इस अटेम्प्ट से हरीश कुमार
को इधर भेजना बहुत दौड़ लिया ओके तुम अब साफ कर करके
जरूरत भी नहीं क्योंकि लैंड किया है अबाउट 65 के आसपास 66.27
6 attempts is what they get, as we were talking about a short while back, and the leader in the pack has to be Manu DP, who trains at Army Institute of Sports Pune, which have done a remarkable job. Neeraj Chopra is a product from there. Neeraj Chopra, whenever you speak about javelin throw, is given us hopes. Now the first 2 attempts were not valid for Jamesh Raita. He is a local boy, understands these conditions very well, and that can actually help you. It's been anticlimax so far, and it is the final couple of steps that bother me. That kills away all momentum for you. It was valid. The tip landed first. The score will be counted.
यहाँ आखिरकार जमेश रायता KIIT यूनिवर्सिटी लोकल कंपेटिटर struggling to get his first valid attempt.
The technique that's taught to javelin throwers are exactly the same that are taught to fast bowlers, like a cartwheel. Front arm up in the air, the other arm, the leading arm, and then the throwing arm follows it in a similar pattern. The transformation has to be good, it has to be very rhythmic indeed. Make sure your elbow is high when you coil back to release the javelin. Your throwing hand should be as high as possible. The point of release for the javelin should be in front of the planted foot. Who is the front runner here? It is Manu DP, but very, very short of his personal best.
Yeah, number 2 पोजीशन पे मो हरदेश 69.33 और हरीश कुमार नंबर 3 पे 68.34 which came on his first attempt. Mo Hardesh has been improving with each attempt. चुके हैं और उसके बाद ये है स्टैंडिंग्स और अब जो बचे हुए 3 हैं अटेम्प्ट्स उसमें 6 से 1 रिवर्स ऑर्डर में तो सबसे पहले आएंगे जमेश रायता KIIT यूनिवर्सिटी भुवनेश्वर के
that they always look at is whether it is a valid throw or not. The second thing that if it is valid, then they measure it. He didn't have a score against his name in the first 2 attempts, did manage to score. Yes, it's valid, but nothing that will worry his competitors. Take one more look at that throw.
Relying on pure shoulder strength. Better than his best so far. 35.46 meters on the अटेम्प्ट। और अब आ रहे हैं अंकित कुमार 483 हेमवती नंदन बहुगुणा सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी से।
Was not very happy with his penultimate stride before the release. The score will be counted, but way short. It's somewhere around 55.
Well below his best so far. Bit of a hesitation going into the release stride killed the momentum.
53 point.
Yeah, it's all about a good run-up. It's all about having a good technique. It's all about speed, power, rhythm, good release, good build-up, fantastic follow-through. First two attempts for Sachin did not get counted. The third one, 62.5 over. That's not something that'll fetch him a medal, or will it? The leaders, to talk about them, they are somewhere around 70. 484, all set to take another attempt. That's Sachin for you onto your screen.
सचिन यादव जलंधर की संत बाबा भाग सिंह यूनिवर्सिटी से। फाउल अटेम्प्ट, कोई फायदा नहीं होगा। फ्रंट लाइन जैवलिन थ्रोअर कभी भी नहीं क्रॉस कर सकता है। अरीना छोड़ते हुए भी आपको साइड लाइन से बाहर जाना है, दैट इज द रूल। यहाँ तो वो मोमेंटम में ही आगे निकल गए।
376, Harish Kumar. That's okay. That seems to be a valid throw. That seems to be somewhere around 66, 67 perhaps.
Below his best definitely, and the best of 68.34 in his first attempt. तो ये तो उससे कहीं कम।
And the best of javelin throwers, they finish very, very short. Just, breathing space between the line. And because they cover the distance, they use that distance from final landing. You need to finish very, very close to the line so that you make use of the surface there.
Now, the man who is in second place, Hardesh of Veer Bahadur Singh Purvanchal University, Jaunpur. Best so far of 69.33 for him. 70 क्रॉस करने की उम्मीद करें। लगातार इंप्रूवमेंट दिखा रहे हैं हरदेश।
He knows the importance of this one. There he comes, all charged up. He produces the cry of war as well. Listen to that roar. This is somewhere around 67 point something. We'll get you the final confirmation soon. But that will not trouble Manu DP.
Definitely not. Anything behind the 70-meter line will not really trouble Manu DP. बहुत ज्यादा स्पेस छोड़ रहे हैं, बहुत ज्यादा स्पेस। कम से कम 1 मीटर आगे वो और बढ़ सकते हैं।
Yeah, correctly pointed out, because you need to make best use of the circumstances, of the situation that lies there with you. Make sure run-up is good, the follow-through is good, and you make best use of the delivery stride. It has to be very, very close to the line so that you get the best distance that you can. 70.58 was his best. The third was not counted. That was the time when my instinct went missing. I would like to just call it out one more time. He'll go beyond 70. That's something like that. This is just predicting, having a little bit of fun right here. There goes Manu DP, trains at the Army Institute of Sports. Got a good run up. Front arm, great usage, follow through. Could have done better, could have done better. Is it sailing? It went far too high up in the air. No! It is short of 68.
will remain gold medal contender, but not thanks to that attempt. There you see the releases far too early. The stride still had about half a meter to spare. Possibly not very sure about the run-up. And when you have those doubts in your mind, you are not very smooth with your release. While we await the final measurements of that attempt from Manu DP, here's Jamesh Raita.
That's within the sector, that's fine. Did the tip land first, that's fine. It should be valid because they are counting it. But again, let's just highlight the fact that that will not be a throw which will trouble the leaders. That will never be bringing him close to the medal hopes.
One thing is, at least he's there in the competition, taking part representing KIIT University in the men's javelin throw final.
We're looking at the final few throws. This is the gold medal quest going on in the men's section of Khelo India University Games. We are at the track and field events, looking at Untitled Kumar. What has been his best? Pretty short. Will he bring one to trouble the leaders? He went side on. Normally you go straight. The final delivery stride, he just went a little towards his left, and that's the reason he's again short of 60.
Best was on the third attempt, 56.99. Will be thereabouts, 56.79 this time. Untitled Kumar.
Sachin, 3 out of 4 have been invalid. So is now once you've done that, something at the back of your mind is always troubling you, that you need to produce a legal throw, a valid one. In the process of going through that motion, you don't end up giving your best throw. Now, will he defy the odds here? There he goes. The moment of truth is here. Goes over 60 and it's a valid one. That's okay. Those are the only 2 notable things.
Definitely not his best so far. Best was 62.50 on attempt number 3. This will be just past the 60 meter mark. 60.49 is what the on-field display board shows. 60.49 meters.
And his first was his best. There he comes. No, that is nowhere near his best. Again, very, very short. Just when we thought they were warming up, they actually give an impression that they are getting tired.
कभी कभी हो जाता है पदम ऐसा कि आपने पहले 3 अटेम्प्ट्स में ही आपने सब कुछ लगा दिया, तो इस कारण से फिर आप अपने रिदम को वापस पाने में स्ट्रगल करते रहते हैं। बीकानेर के महाराजा गंगा सिंह यूनिवर्सिटी से
There are 3 different types of javelin throwing grips, Ravi, and before we talk more about that, let's take everything has been legal from it. The best has been the third, 60, just inches short of 70. There he goes yet again. Is that valid? No, it is not. It is invalid.
No!
tried to do too much. hoping to get past the 70-meter mark and get into gold medal contention, but doesn't really get it right. Couldn't keep himself behind the line. So all that hard work coming to naught. Stays in silver medal contention, definitely. And there's the leader.
Well, if the others don't improve their performance, he is assured of a gold medal because he's already done something which no one has done. He's gone over 70, which is well below of his personal best. Something that he can throw at practice is around 79. Look at that. And the first thing at the back of his mind will be to make it a valid attempt. Manu DP.
I've been a little hesitant with the run-up after the initial attempt. Looking slightly better, definitely hitting the close to that 70 mark. No challenge to the 70 plus that he'd made, but this time the finish much better.
Yeah, but his best today has been over 70. He was short. And this is the throwing technique, as we always say, becomes so very important. The grip, the run-up, the throw. We are talking about the gold medalist right here. Has to be Manu DP if the others haven't produced anything absolutely astounding. Better than him. Looks to be the leader of the pack.
The judges चेक कर रहे हैं थ्रोइंग ऑर्डर और फिलहाल जो स्टैंडिंग्स है वो मनु डीपी गोल्ड मेडल कंटेंशन में अकेले जैवलिन थ्रोअर जो कि 70 मीटर से आगे गए हैं। नंबर 2 पे मो हरदेश, वीर बहादुर सिंह।
Now it's come down to one final effort, last effort for all of them. The local boy from KT University, Jamesh Raita, will be attempting his final effort right here. At times we say in sport it's not about winning or losing, but about great participation. His will be that story. The only good thing is that's valid. And he finishes in journey and he'll not be in contention for a medal.
Final throws for all 6 participants. May not even be his best attempt. Best was 35.46. Oh, they proved me wrong. 37.17.
Well done. Maybe next season when we see you, if you'll be there, you'll be an improved athlete. Coming on to Ankit Kumar with his final effort. His best has been 56.79 meters, something that he achieved. There he comes with the final effort. Your run-up has to be very, very good. Give it all that you have, young lad. No, very, very short.
It's behind the 50-meter mark. So 56.99 ही इनका बेस्ट रहेगा, जो कि नंबर 3 अटेम्प्ट में आया था। अंकित कुमार, इमवती नंदन बहुगुणा, गढ़वाल सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी से 47.53।
Every athlete here in the finals of the javelin throw right here in Khelo India University Games 2020. We've seen 2 athletes. We're left with 4 more. Jersey number 484 is all set for his final attempt. He comes from Sant Baba Boxing University. Sachin is all set. Taking his own time. He understands understands the value of this one. Collect yourself, talk to yourself, think about the best moments that have happened to you. When did the best throw come? You need to think about feel-good factors here. 62.50 his best. Can he show us something that is not done so far? History has shown that so many of athletes, they produce the best in the last that they're left with. There he comes, jersey number 484, Sachin. For his final attempt, we are looking at the men's javelin throw. Finals. All set. Good camera work that. But I don't think his follow through is that good. Just tosses a little over 60, that's it.
Still not his best. 62.50 on the third attempt has been his best. Been struggling a little bit with his finish. Follow through getting him into trouble on several occasions. This time got the white flag.
We're left with 3 athletes with their final throws.
50.25.
There is one of them, Harish Kumar. Maharaja Ganga Singh University comes from. 68.34, his first was actually his best. Will his last supersede his first? And just when he's preparing, we'd like to thank all of you for being a part of Khelo India University Games right from the moment we made our debut on the 22nd of February. There he comes. Something tells me he was holding himself back. This is sailing up in the air, lands. Oh, this is over 70.
Could be the big one. Could definitely be the big one. Good side steps and then the release. Lands well beyond 70.
Oh yes, and if there's one athlete who will be perturbed with that, it's going to be Manu DP. 71.70 is what he has thrown, and that is better than Manu DP's.
Well, that's what makes sport competitions so interesting. Was in third place at the end of the first cycle of 3 throws, and now Mo Hardesh was sitting comfortably in number 2, suddenly finds himself pushed to number 3. Assured of a bronze medal at least, got to try and better that color. Aim should be to get past the 70-meter mark. No, ball short. That will be around the 67 meters mark.
And now the story is about the top 2. Harish has already taken his final one and he is the leader of the pack. He was trailing for a very long time. His best was the first attempt that he made. And suddenly in the last one he produced 71.70, which is better than Manu DP's 70.58. So when Manu DP now comes, the pressure is going to be on him. Can he throw more than 71.70? This is what we're talking about. His best, the second one, 70.58. Harish Kumar has 71.70. But this is a good end. His final throw will be the last of the competition here.
He has earned it because of that second attempt of 70.58, which put him in the driver's seat. Was sitting pretty with the lead at the end of 5 rounds. Remember, the throwing order changes after the first 3 attempts, going from last to first. DP now.
All set. Can he go beyond 71.70? Is this valid? He has a decent one. That's up in the air. That's going to land short of 70. The gold medal will not go to him. It will go to Harish Kumar.
Maharaja Ganga Singh University, Bikaner claims the men's javelin gold medal. Thrower Harish Kumar registers 71.70. Pre-finals favorite Manu DP had only one 70-plus attempt, failed to cross the 70-meter line on his sixth and final attempt as well.
And that is the gold medal winner for you, Harish Kumar. He surprised us. He saved his best for the last and he threw 71.70, and then all the pressure was on Manu DP. He had to go beyond 71.70. His best was 70.58. Congratulations, but the good thing was it all boiled down to the final throw, and that decided who's going to win the gold, who's going to win the silver. The gold medal goes to Harish Kumar. Well done, young lad. Proud of you.
This is how they finished. Maharaja Ganga Singh University, represented by Harish Kumar, takes gold medal in the men's javelin. Mangalore University's Manu DP